Kind of support that doesn't announce itself but changes everything. When I turned 2, my mum went to university. By then I could walk. I could speak in half sentences. I knew her scent, her laugh, the way her voice softened when she said my name. She left for lectures carrying books and hope in equal measure, returning home with tired eyes and stories about seminars and late nights in the library. We grew up side by side. While I learned colours and numbers, she learned theories and arguments. While I napped, she studied. While I slept, she wrote essays under lamplight, the glow spilling into the hallway like proof that she hadn't given up on herself. She was becoming something and someone, and so was I. That parallel growth shaped everything between us. We weren't separated by generations in the way most mothers and daughters are. We were close in age, close in experience, close in becoming. She wasn't a finished adult guiding a child forward. She was a young woman learning as she led. And maybe that's why our relationship felt different. Why people mistook her for my sister. Why we laughed like friends. Why boundaries felt negotiable instead of fixed. Because in many ways she wasn't just raising me, she was rising too. But what no one saw, the teachers, the parents at parties, the friends who admired her ease, was the quiet cost of that closeness. The invisible weight of being both mother and almost peer. The emotional shortcuts taken for survival. The lines crossed not out of neglect, but necessity. Coolness, I would later learn, is often just resilience wearing good clothes. And love, when it grows too fast, sometimes forgets to leave space for distance. My grandparents' house was more than a place to live. It was a decision. It held us in ways that were never spoken aloud. The walls absorbed our fear before it ever reached the air. Mornings began with routine, the quiet clatter of cups, the smell of tea steeping too long, the low murmur of radio voices that kept time moving forward. There was structure there, predictability, a sense that life, no matter how altered, would continue. They never treated my mum like a girl who had made a mistake. They treated her like a young woman whose life had taken a harder road, one that still deserved dignity. My grandmother offered care without interrogation. My grandfather offered stability without commentary. Between them, they created a calm that made survival feel possible. By the time my mum graduated from university, the house had already adjusted around her ambition. When she got her first job as a qualified dentist, the achievement didn't arrive with fireworks. It arrived quietly, folded into dinner